Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have a deep connection with the universe, as if they know something others don't? There's a reason for this, and it goes beyond what we've been taught. Highly spiritual people carry a set of secrets that transform their lives in unique and powerful ways. These secrets aren't obvious to everyone and often go against common beliefs. They're lessons that challenge conventional wisdom, but when applied, reveal a new level of awareness and fulfillment. And the most surprising part? These secrets aren't hidden in ancient books or secret rituals. They're within reach for anyone who decides to open their heart and mind to true awakening. True spirituality is like looking in the mirror and seeing more than just your own reflection. It's a profound journey of self-discovery that goes beyond rituals or dogmas. It dives into who we truly are inside. Imagine yourself as an explorer, unraveling hidden mysteries within, facing parts you may have never acknowledged. Spirituality is this internal compass that guides beyond appearances towards self-awareness, revealing a world of transformation possibilities. But where to begin? Often, a simple daily introspection, like reflecting on the day's most significant moments, can already open doors to understanding. As we start to truly know ourselves, we confront the aspects we dislike, but this is the foundation of genuine transformation. It's like a craftsman molding their essence, a process of looking at inner shadows with compassion, understanding that even the less pleasant parts are integral to the journey. Spiritual self-discovery isn't about being perfect. It's about being authentic and finding strength in vulnerability. Those who embark on this journey feel that spirituality creates space for forgiveness, both toward others and oneself. Try listing 5 aspects you'd like to improve and 5 you already appreciate about yourself. This alone can spark profound reflection. And how does this self-discovery impact life? Well, with each step towards self-understanding, forgiveness and self-acceptance become natural, paving the way for more harmonious relationships with others. It's an internal journey that frees us from the pressures of pleasing everyone and helps us value what truly matters. This is the blossoming of purpose and a connection to a higher truth, something that resonates with our ancestry and puts us in tune with something greater. And in this process of discovering who we are, we find clues for the next steps in our spiritual journey. Spirituality often awakens within us like a seed germinating in the dark, amidst life's pressures and difficulties. At first, it may feel strange or even uncomfortable, but it's this discomfort that enables growth. Just as a seed must break through the soil to reach the light, the spirit also needs to overcome inner darkness to bloom. This awakening is a gradual, ongoing process of personal growth, where each challenge is a push to break through layers of limitations. A helpful practice is to take a moment each day to meditate on your challenges and what they're trying to teach you. This spiritual growth doesn't only happen during good times, but especially during trials. It's in difficult phases that spirituality reveals its strength, like roots deepening for stability. When we face loneliness, inner conflicts, or doubts, that's when we truly bloom. Just as plants adapt to their environment to grow, we also adapt and learn to turn difficulties into lessons. Think about something challenging you're facing now. It might be what's fertilizing your spirituality to grow even stronger. With each passing day, spiritual awakening becomes stronger and more visible in our lives. Just as plants naturally seek light, our spirit seeks a genuine connection with life and others. This inner growth has a positive impact on those around us as we begin to radiate resilience and hope. Over time, even our comfort zone expands and challenges become part of our journey of self-discovery. And as the seed of spirituality strengthens, it builds the roots for the next step, facing our challenges with courage and serenity. When it comes to spirituality, embracing and overcoming challenges becomes one of the greatest tests of growth. Each obstacle that appears is like a mirror, reflecting our insecurities and weaknesses, but also revealing our hidden strengths. For those seeking true transformation, these challenges are invitations to step out of their comfort zones and confront the depths within. Imagine someone who has to face a fear of failure. The first step is accepting this vulnerability and gradually finding the courage to move forward. This acceptance isn't resignation. Rather, it's the initial spark for change. Overcoming spiritual challenges isn't an instant process. It requires patience, like a craftsman carving stone with care and precision. This ongoing resilience is where spiritually mature individuals stand out, learning to handle life's ups and downs with serenity. For those just starting, a helpful exercise is to identify a current challenge and list the emotions it brings up, creating a path toward self-awareness. This is the way of resilience, where self-forgiveness and time become invaluable allies. As we learn to face our challenges, we realize that spiritual growth lies in those small daily victories. Each fear conquered, each inner conflict resolved, is a step closer to transformation. And as we free ourselves from old patterns and limitations, we become more complete, capable of seeing challenges as essential parts of the growth process. This steady inner construction, step by step, strengthens the foundation for the personal reconstruction that awaits. Rebuilding oneself is like piecing together a puzzle, where each piece represents a part of our history, our traumas, achievements, and lessons learned. The spiritual journey offers the chance to gather these pieces and recognize how each one contributes to who we truly are. This reconstruction is an internal process of patience, where we allow ourselves to reassess and integrate parts that once felt lost. Imagine someone who, after a period of solitude, starts to appreciate their own company. This new piece transforms their self-image, fortifying their identity. The process of rebuilding also involves embracing imperfections, as these are where our uniqueness and strength lie. Just as a mosaic is made of distinct fragments, we too are shaped by diverse experiences that together create a unique masterpiece. For those seeking this reconstruction, a good place to start is by revisiting their beliefs, letting go of old limitations, and embracing a fresh perspective. One exercise is to reflect on moments of adversity and the lessons they left behind. These moments are like the core pieces of our personal puzzle. This reconstruction isn't something completed quickly. It's a constant evolution where we become increasingly whole and authentic. With each new piece integrated, we feel closer to our purpose and to what truly defines us. This process prepares us to be our own hero, ready to face life without excessively relying on external support. And as we grow more complete, we strengthen the foundation for the next step on our journey: self-determination. The spiritual journey is, at its core, a path of self-determination, where we become the heroes of our own story. Along the way, we realize that trusting in our inner strength is essential to achieving well-being and peace of mind. Instead of constantly relying on external support, a spiritually mature person develops emotional independence, enabling them to face challenges on their own. Imagine someone who decides to start a new career despite skeptical looks. This is the power of self-determination in action, from someone who believes in their own potential. Self-determination also means taking full responsibility for one's actions and choices without blaming external factors. This mindset is empowering because it frees us from the chains of victimhood, putting us in control of our destiny. It's an attitude that inspires others, showing that it's possible to be resilient and persistent, even in the face of obstacles. To reinforce this practice, one tip is to write a list of small personal goals, those that depend only on yourself to accomplish, and work on them daily. Every achievement becomes a victory that strengthens this inner confidence. However, this self-sufficiency doesn't mean isolation. Rather, it's the recognition that true power comes from within. By building this solid foundation of self-determination, we also come to value moments of introspection, where we can reflect on our accomplishments and lessons learned. And this inner strength, when balanced with interaction with the world, prepares us for the next step on our journey, which is to find harmony between solitude and spiritual community. The spiritual journey brings with it an essential balance between solitude and community, two sides of the same coin. Moments of introspection, where we seek answers within ourselves, are fundamental for self-awareness and personal growth. It's in this inner silence that we find clarity about our purposes and learn to appreciate our own company. Imagine, for instance, someone who takes time each week to meditate or simply walk alone in a park. This practice strengthens the bond with oneself and nurtures self-awareness. However, spirituality also flourishes through connection with others. Interacting within a spiritual community creates a safe space to share insights, exchange experiences, and strengthen bonds that help us see the world with fresh eyes. In this environment, we feel welcomed and understood, realizing we're not alone in our quest for purpose. For those who feel this need for connection, joining discussion groups, collective readings, or spiritual gatherings can be a great start to fostering this exchange. This balance between solitude and community helps us grow holistically, merging self-knowledge with the power of the collective. Each interaction broadens our worldview while we still preserve our authenticity. Over time, we understand that solitude prepares us for community, and that community teaches us to value solitude. And with this lesson in harmony, we become more resilient, ready to continue on the path of forgiveness and healing. Resilience is an essential quality on the spiritual journey, giving us the strength to face challenges with calm and wisdom. Being resilient means learning from difficulties rather than being overwhelmed by them, and forgiveness is one of the practices that most strengthens this ability. When we forgive, we release the weight of resentment and make space for emotional healing. Imagine someone who, after a family conflict, chooses to forgive to move forward in peace. This act not only frees the other person, but, most importantly, themselves. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves. It's the starting point for deep transformation. When we let go of grudges and resentments, our energy rises, allowing room for personal and spiritual growth. This practice teaches us to leave the past in the past and live more fully in the present. For anyone wanting to work on forgiveness, a good starting point is a simple reflection. Listing situations and people that still bring up resentment and asking what still needs to be released for peace to be restored. Over time, this blend of resilience and forgiveness becomes a true source of strength and lightness. With each forgiveness granted, a new chapter of healing and self-discovery opens, leaving behind old patterns that no longer serve us. And as we free ourselves from grudges, we begin to build a legacy of transformation that not only benefits us but also inspires those around us. From this space of renewal, we prepare to leave a lasting impact on the next generation. Generational transformation is the invisible legacy we leave by healing our inherited traumas and patterns. Every time we choose to overcome a difficulty, we're paving a new path for future generations, breaking cycles that have repeated for so long. Imagine someone who, by working through their own history of self-criticism, learns to cultivate self-acceptance and passes this lesson on to their children. This is the true impact of the spiritual journey, an influence that extends beyond our own lives and becomes a gift to those who follow. This collective healing happens when we understand that spirituality is not just an individual pursuit, but a movement that reverberates through time and space. By working on our own healing, we open the door for ancestry and the future to be in harmony, creating a continuous line of growth and transformation. Anyone wanting to be part of this change can begin with introspection, identifying family patterns they still carry, and reflecting on how to transform them into wisdom and learning. The impact of each choice becomes clear when we look back and see how our growth resonates in our social and family circles. This is the spiritual blossoming that promotes real change, capable of leaving a positive legacy for those who come after us. And by contributing to this generational transformation, we feel a profound connection to something greater. A connection that brings genuine satisfaction in being part of something so enduring. And in this joy, the natural impulse to generosity and sharing good with the world flourishes. True generosity is an act that comes from the heart, without expecting anything in return. When we share our time, knowledge, or support with others, we feel an inner satisfaction that goes beyond any material reward. This is one of the greatest joys on the spiritual journey, as we realize that by helping others, we're also nurturing our own peace and human connection. Imagine someone who voluntarily spends part of their day listening to a friend in need. This generosity builds bonds and promotes mutual well-being. Generosity isn't limited to grand gestures. Often, it's the small acts that create the greatest transformations. A smile, a sincere compliment, or a word of encouragement, each of these can make a difference in someone's life and strengthen our own personal growth. For those looking to practice generosity daily, a good exercise is to list small actions that could help those around you, like offering assistance on a task, donating a useful item, or simply being more present. Each act is like a seed that blossoms, transforming both the giver and the receiver. This inner satisfaction, generated by generosity, is one of the pillars of a spiritually rich and fulfilling life. When we give without expecting anything in return, we feel like channels for something greater, a source of blessings that naturally flows to others. This generous mindset creates a positive cycle of abundance and gratitude that only grows over time. With this energy, we open ourselves to receiving from the universe naturally, beginning to recognize the reciprocity that exists with the world around us. As we progress on the spiritual journey, we start to understand that the universe acts like a mirror, reflecting our intentions and attitudes. When we act with purpose and awareness, the universe seems to conspire in our favor, creating opportunities and synchronicities that guide us along the right path. Think of someone who decides to start a project with dedication and focus, only to suddenly encounter the right people and resources. It's as if the universe is responding to the energy they're radiating. This connection with the universe is a continuous dance of action and reaction, where we learn that every choice we make impacts the energy around us. When we align with our essence and live a life of altruism and purpose, this harmony manifests in all areas of our lives. To experience this connection, start with small acts of generosity and observe how life responds. You may be surprised by the return you receive, even if it comes in unexpected ways. This is the power of reciprocity, transforming our relationship with the world. Living in harmony with the universe brings an inner balance that fosters peace and confidence, as if we're always being guided. Every challenge and victory becomes part of a larger flow of learning and growth. And this relationship with the universe teaches us to trust the journey, knowing that as we walk with faith and clarity, the path naturally opens. This sense of connection and support completes the cycle and prepares us to access what few truly understand, the secrets visible only to those deeply attuned to spirituality. Now that you know these secrets, why not take the first step to apply them? The spiritual journey is full of challenges, but also transformative rewards. What are you willing to do to connect more deeply with your essence? And which beliefs and habits are you ready to let go of for the sake of growth? Remember, true awakening begins when we take responsibility for our own path. So if you're eager to keep exploring these mysteries and growing spiritually, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This way, you'll always receive new insights and tools to enrich your journey. The transformation starts now, and you are in command.